So this question starts off by providing us with a system of equations. The first thing I notice about this system of equations is that the second equation is a multiple of the first equation, right? Every part of the second equation is just 5 times the corresponding part in the first equation, right? So if I multiply 7 times 5, I get 35. 9 times 5, I get 45. 39 times 5, I get 195. And in doing that, if I graph those equations, I get the exact same line, right? So this blue line started off as a red line here in Desmos because the graphs of those two equations are the exact same line. So the question says, for any real number r, which of the following points lies on the graph of both equations? Okay, well, we saw the graph. The graph is the same line for both equations. So that's good to know. We only really need to test one of the equations to get a point on the line for both equations because the single line is the graph for both equations. So I'm going to choose to test the first equation because the numbers are smaller and I like that. And also, all of the answer choices have a variable in it. So I'm going to use the strategy plug in your own number, P-I-Y-O-N. I'm going to use the number 2. So I'm going to say r is equal to 2. And I'm going to show you how this strategy works. So I'm going to plug r equals 2 in. To do that, I'm going to replace that r with 2. Therefore, 3 times 2 is 6. I'm going to replace that r with 2. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 minus 13 is 1 over 3. So I get the point 6 comma 1/3. I could go to my graph and just see, well, is it true that when x is 6, that y is 1/3? In fact, this is probably the fastest way to do it. If you go to Desmos, you will see, in fact, that this is 1/3. You can just kind of hover over that point where x is 6. You will see that that is the 0.6 comma 0.33 repeating. If you want to do it mathematically, what you would see is you can plug this x value and y value into the first equation by saying that 7x, or instead 7 times 6, minus 9y, or instead 9 times 1/3 equals 39. And if this statement ends up being true, that confirms that choice A is correct. So 7 times 6 is 42. 9 times 1/3 is 3. And in fact, 42 minus 3 is 39. So our answer is choice A.